Hello and welcome to the Pin Man. Alright, we're going to be taking a look at kind of a fresh look, only a little bit of a different look at a tried and true, but one of the favorite pens in the fountain pen worlds, and that is the Twisbi Eco. And I'm going to pull out the green. I think they call these the jelly colors. So let's take a look at this Twisbi Eco. All right, this is the Twisbi Eco transparent, and some reason I thought I heard these called jellies at one time. I don't know if that really refers to these, but when I bought these, this is when these three colors all came out, and I thought, you know, I like all the basic, have one of all the basic colors. They don't have a brown or black, I don't think. No, maybe they have a black. But anyway, I needed to get these. These are so kind of bright, vibrant, without being kiddish. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to take a look at these two. This is, I'm going to give the tour of this, the blue one, and I got a surprise with this green one. Okay, so we're going to set the green one aside. The Twisbi Eco is a very familiar fountain pen, a venerable staple in many fountain pen enthusiasts' arsenal. How's that for a description? Okay, so it's a familiar pen, but we're going to revisit this. I think it's kind of neat to revisit some old favorites. And so we're going to start from the top, and then work our way down to the bottom. Alrighty, on the top of the pen, the finial, cap finial, we have the Twisbi logo. And then turn it around, you have the clip. And it's a nice firm clip. Taking a look at the band, it says Twisbi Eco Taiwan. All right. And then we come down here, and it is a straight body until it tapers off into this blind cap body finial. We'll look up there. You can see where it has the injection molded port there. That'd be nice if it wasn't there, but it's there. It's not a big deal. These aren't that expensive. I can't remember how much I paid for this one. It's been a number of years since I bought it. So anyway, there's the piston. And one of the, boy, I think keeps wanting to spring back on me. All right. One of the benefits of this pen is all that ink that you're going to be able to see sloshing around in there. Take the cap off. It's about 1.5. Try that again. 1, kind of pulling on it. Oh, just a little over 1. And I think, yeah, I'm going to call it 1. Okay, it's just a little over, but I'm going to say 1. I think Twisbi did a good job. Now, they do have the Eco T now that I saw, and that has a triangular. I think that's what must be what the T stands for, right? Okay, instead of the rounded, this has a round grip section, which I think I like that better. It's kind of slippery because I got my Band-Aid on there. Sorry for the grossness of that, but it's better than what's underneath it. Okay, so there we have that, and then you can see the facets inside. Now, one of the warnings on these, the nice thing about the cap is that it has this metal band which gives the end of the cap some strength there. because what people sometimes have a tendency to do is over torque when they are closing that cap and they crack the plastic there. All right, you can see, let's see, back up there, you can see some of that injection molding lines, but like I said, it's inexpensive pin. All right, the feed is just a basic plastic feed there. Turn around, and then you have the nib. This is a broad nib. Has the Twisbi logo, some filigree, I think that's what you call that stuff around the edges there, and the B4 bold. You have a rubber O-ring that kind of helps seal that up a little bit better and give you a little more cushion as you're closing. Then it comes back here. Now, as this opens up, and these do come with, at least mine came with a little wrench to where you can disassemble this. I'm not going to do that, but you can disassemble this to make it a lot easier to clean. You can also remove the nib and the feed, just pulling that out. That exposes the hole down in there, which enables you to get some deeper cleaning without having to disassemble the body finial, the blind cap, and all that. But you know, I mean, sometimes that's fun to do, because once in a while you're going to, after a decent amount of usage, you're going to want to put some silicone grease around those edges there so that you get a nice seal inside. Okay, so let's take a look at the cap here a little bit more. All right, inside the cap you have that plastic slip seal, I think they call it, or something similar to that. As you close this up, you can see the end here is going to be fitting inside or on top of that. Get up a little closer here. See how that comes together right there. And so that gives you a nice seal. Which brings me to this puppy. And this is why I'm doing this, one of the reasons why I'm doing this video. I thought about revisiting this pin before. I picked this pin up and I took the cap off and I looked inside and I said, oh no, because I don't remember how long it's been since I've inked this up. Now this one has a 1.1 stub nib. So we're going to take a look at what I found when I tried to write with this. And so we're going to do a writing sample of the Twisbi Eco. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit out of order. Normally I do the size comparisons, but I'm already doing this. And so immediately, I just did a little downstroke. And that's what I saw right there. I do not even remember what ink. It's a green ink. It may be Monteverde Yosemite green, or it could be Diamine Sherwood green. But here we go. We have the, let's see, I haven't done any writing with this, so the Twisbi, it may peter out on me here. Oops. Let's try that one again. It's not a Twisbi. All right. Oh, goodness. All right. Line myself up here. We have the Twisbi Eco. And this is a 1.1 stub. Now the 1.1 stub on these is a little bit narrower as far as the writing surface. Maybe at the base of the, the base of the tip. At the base of the tip, right around there. Maybe it's 1.1. But the Eco nib comes up like this, and then it kind of slightly curves, then curves around, and then down. So you're going to have this curve area, and then the surface area where it touches the paper is like that. So maybe between these 2 points, it's 1.1. But what actually hits the surface, I don't think it's 1.1, because if you compare this with the Jovo nib 1.1, Jovo is a little bit broader. I think they're a truer 1.1, but be that as it may, let's just call it maybe a 1 nib. Anyway, I'm going to call this diamine Sherwood green, just for the sake of having to write something on here. See how far this thing goes. All right, and with this ink, I'll give you a little close-up look of this too in a minute. All right, I mean there was no hard starts, no skips. I mean that seal, that inner seal of the cap really sealed this up. I mean, it has to have been at least a year, if not more, because I cannot remember the last time I inked this thing up. And I've been doing other pen reviews, and so I don't know. Anyway, so you got your broad downward and your narrow cross strokes. Okay, flex, we're not gonna mark. Well, okay. Okay, would it do that anyway? No. Okay, so you get a little more flex. If you can squeeze out a little more juice there if you want. And I don't know, we don't reverse writing in these. Okay, reverse writing actually does a pretty good job, and it's not really that very scratchy. And you get a you get a finer line. So it does it. Yay, Twisbi. All right. So I really I like this pen. Just don't go away, because we're going to do a size comparison here. Yeah, it's a great little pen. Okay, so let me zoom in. All right, so you see that the feed on the inside of the grip section there is definitely filling that, or saturated in that. I don't know if all of you have gotten a Twisbi Eco yet. Maybe they seem like a toy. I don't know, but I'd encourage you to look again at this pen. Okay, how about some size comparisons now? Here they are capped. You have your Twisbi Eco, a Diplomat Magnum, Lamy Safari, and a Pilot Metropolitan. And here they are unposted or uncapped. You can see the nibs in all of these are generally about the same size. The Diplomat Magnum is just maybe a tad bit smaller than, say, the Pilot Metro. Twisbi is probably the largest of the four, but there they are. And here they are posted. Now I'm going to comment on the Twisbi's post here in a second, but as you can see, Twisbi and the Lamy Safari, they are just ridiculously long, but whatever. But that's the way they are. So just in case you want to know. All right, I mentioned about the posting of the Twisbi Eco. When the plunger is all the way back, notice the distance. The blind cap comes right down onto the end of the body of the pen. And you have your rubber O-ring there. So you can post this and it posts securely. But when I had it all the way up, and then I tried to post it, it won't hold. because you can see that distance. And so the blind cap is pulled back just far enough to where when you put the cap on, it won't go down to that O-ring which held it down in the first earlier. I'm going to do a little experiment here. Go about halfway, see what happens. Okay, it'll hold there. Another twist, and yeah. So once you start getting toward the end, it doesn't want to hold. So right about there, it gets back just enough to where this cap is not going to go on there. So if you like to cap your or post your pins, the cap is not going to post once it's back that far. So you either need to refill to get that blind cap back, or just not post. And I mean, quite frankly, I mean, this thing is plenty long enough to use unposted. I mean, see, it goes way past, and my hands are medium, but I think even with a large hand, you're not going to need to post that cap, I don't think. What do I like and not like about this Twisbi Eco? One of the things I like about it is it does come in a variety of colors, which I will post in a circle, whatever. Okay. And which, you know, gives some variety for those who like to collect models of pins. Anyway, so you get a variety of colors. I like that. I do like the ink capacity, which I'm also going to post here. It's one of the few inexpensive pins that have a piston mechanism in the barrel that does allow this pen to have a nice large capacity for ink. And then the slip seal, boy, that really impressed me. I like that it keeps the ink fresh. The style of the pen overall I think is great. I like the band. It's not a cheap looking band. You can tell it's an inexpensive pen, but in my opinion, it feels like it's well made, well constructed. What do I not like about this pen? I guess I would have to get extremely nitpicky to come up with. I'm not really crazy about that molded port point, although this one doesn't seem to be too bad. But if I like to post, I would say I wasn't too crazy about the fact that once you're getting down toward the end of your ink and the blind cap sticks out more, that you cannot post. But again, the body of this pen is plenty long that you don't need to post. So again, you know, I'd be really nitpicky. There's nothing really that I don't like about this pen. The 1.1 stub probably could be a truer 1.1, but again, that's just being nitpicky. It is a smooth writing pen. So yeah, I really don't have any negatives about the pen. There you go, the Twisbi Eco. Thanks for watching.